Good evening. Good evening to the proud parents. My name is Justin Stevens. I'm the principal of Gateway High School. On behalf of the Board of School Directors, faculty, and administration of the Gateway School District, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 61st commencement exercises at Gateway High School. We are pleased to have you with us tonight for this important event. We will begin our program with the graduating class of 2019 entering the stadium, marching to the traditional musical selection of Pomp and Circumstance. Would you please stand? Senior Grace Hansman will lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Please remove your hats and remain standing for the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now the president of our senior class, Bella Junta, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
The president of our senior class, Bella Junta, is the example of a Gateway Gator. She has been a Gator since kindergarten. She has played volleyball for 6 years, served as captain of the varsity team her senior year. She has been a member of class council, served as a president this year. These are just a few of the activities that she has participated in here at Gateway. She also is a member of the Interact Club, Expect, Respect, and serving as a tutor at the elementary school. Bella is also an honor student who plans to attend Duquesne University in the fall to major in history with plans to go into law school. She's a positive person who I've seen go out of her way to help others. She is reliable, efficient, open-minded, hardworking, and talkative. I have seen these traits in the classroom and in the school. With the assistance of her fellow officers and advisor, she planned and coordinated a variety of school activities and programs that brought spirit and pride to our school and the communities of Monroeville and Pitcairn. It is my pleasure to introduce Bella Junta.
Good evening, family, friends, teachers, counselors, administrators, and most importantly, the fellow members of the class of 2019. As Mr. Stevens said, my name is Bella Junta, and I am honored with the opportunity to speak in front of all of you this evening as a senior class president. Now, as a senior class president for 2018-2019 school year, I can say with the utmost sincerity that I'm extremely proud and humbled to speak in front of all of you this evening and reflect on the amazing feats that were accomplished throughout this past school year. In the fall, as the air became crisp and the leaves started to fall, our Gateway football team took to the field under the Friday night lights for a record-breaking season. Led by quarterback and graduating senior Brendan Majaka, the Gateway Gators had the highest scoring season ever in Gateway history and also had the first undefeated regular season since 1986. Every Friday night, Antonino Stadium, which we should be celebrating in right now, was filled with loud cheers, hard hits, and groovy music from our Gateway Marching Band. The Gateway Marching Band would perform their show Enigma, led by senior drum majors Maya Tallarico and Maggie Krim. When they were not performing their show at halftime, they were keeping the good vibes alive, for after every touchdown, and like I said, there were a lot this year, they would play our infamous fight song. And not surprisingly, during their record-breaking competition season, they secured a first-place win at the PIMPA Championship for the AAA class. And they also earned the opportunity to travel down to Disney World to perform in Magic Kingdom. Also in the fall, we had graduating senior Jason Reber represent the Gateway golf team at the Whitfield Championship. And our girls soccer team fought their way into the first round of Whitfield playoffs after an immensely competitive regular season. Now, as the winter season approached, there was one record-breaking thing that happened that no student driver here was happy about when having to walk from the student parking lot to the auditorium. And that's the record-breaking low temperatures. Regardless of that, though, our Gateway swimming teams this year competed vigorously and successfully. Our boys team secured 9 swimmers into the Whitfield qualifiers, with ending with a season record of 9-9. And the girls team also sent 9 swimmers to the Whitfield qualifiers. And moreover, junior Olivia Livingston ended up breaking her own record at the Whitfield Championship in her 50 freestyle, and she also competed the 100 freestyle along with the freestyle relays at Whitfields. Our girls basketball team had yet another memorable season with an ending record of 19-4. They ended up securing first place in their 5A class section and made it all the way up to the second round of Whitfield playoffs. And as the final snowflakes fell in our winter season, thankfully, our wrestling team this year sent 2 boys to the Whitfield qualifiers and had 3 all-county wrestlers on the team. Now, when the days started to become longer in the spring season, the weeks started going by faster for us seniors, which was confirmed by our 50-day countdown in the hallway upstairs. Now, as the temperature outside started to increase, our spring athletes took to the field and track for more record-breaking seasons. Our lacrosse team had an unforgettable campaign this year, as they had an undefeated home record and earned their way to the second round of Whitfield playoffs for the first time ever at Gateway High School. Our softball and baseball players took to the diamond for 2 amazing seasons also. The girls secured a 10-8 record, which allowed them to advance into Whitfield playoffs. And our boys baseball team had an incredibly successful regular season with an ending record of 13-7, and it allowed them to advance into the second round of Whitfield playoffs. Now, one of the most anticipated events of the year, the Spring Musical, was a huge success this year as the Gateway students took to the stage to perform Once on This Island. And although the month of May means that summer is on the way, the work here did not cease, for we had 171 AP tests distributed this year through College Board. And additionally, I would be remiss if I did not note that the amount of passion throughout this past school year has been substantial. Gateway seniors Mia Thomas, Kiana Blakely-White, along with Nia Latham and junior Erica Jackson, jump-started Gateway's first ever Black Student Union, where students would meet after school, engage in healthy conversation, and learn more about and promote the beauty of all the different cultures within our diverse district. We also had seniors organize Gateway's first ever political club, where students would come together to discuss prevalent political issues. Now, all of these accomplishments I just listed could not have been possible without the support from our district board members, principals, teachers, and of course, all of you. All of the family members who supported us through every test, game, meet, concert, competition, and every event in between. We would not be here today if it was not for your endless support and guidance. Senior year is crazy for everyone involved, not just the students. So thank you from all of us to you. Now, as I was writing this speech a few weeks ago, I realized that I can make a pretty good metaphor out of this crazy senior year experience. And hopefully, by employing this literary device, I can make my English teachers proud just one final time. Senior year is a roller coaster that you are riding for the last time ever. Like, after your ride is over, the park is closing off the coaster for good. First, of course, you sit down and you buckle up. You buckle up and prepare yourself for what lies ahead, or at least you try to prepare yourself. You try and get yourself in the proper mindset to appreciate this last ride, because like anything of true value in life, it only lasts for a moment. Then, as the operator gives the ride a thumbs up, you send up the first hill, which seems as though it is never ending. In relation to senior year, that hill is the hill of excitement. The butterflies in your stomach as you ponder what it's going to feel like to finally get to throw your cap up into the air, or even just the feeling of celebrating the last few weeks of high school for you and your best friends. And then the roller coaster really takes flight. The ups, the downs, the parts where you feel like you're moving in slow motion, and then the parts that are moving so quickly that you feel like you're not even going to make it to the end. Every single twist and turn of this metaphorical senior year roller coaster is pivotal in shaping who we are as we stand in this gym today and who we will become when we walk out those doors one final time. So today, as a class, after that crazy ride that seemed to last only a few seconds has ended, we have finally returned to the loading station with our family and friends cheering us on. Now, before I conclude, I thought it was important to point out that not only are the young adults beside me leaving Gateway today, but a beloved educator is also saying goodbye to these four ever so comforting walls. And he needs no introduction, for the applause that he is about to receive will speak for itself about the distinguished Mr. Mark Wallace. He's over there. Mr. Wallace has been employed as a teacher here at Gateway for 30 years, but I know for a fact that his legacy here at Gateway High School and throughout the entire district will be everlasting. He once said at a board meeting that I attended that all he ever wanted to be was a social studies teacher. And as I stand up here this evening, on behalf of the entire graduating class and the Gateway staff, I can say to all of you with sheer fidelity that he did it, and he did it well. He inspired thousands of students with his presence, his intelligence, his sense of humor, and above all, his passion. His passion for the classes he taught, and his passion for mastering his craft. His passion was not limited to just him, though. It was contagious. Every student that took AP US History will forever remember the day that Mr. Wallace put his hand on the cannon while teaching the Civil War, or be able to vividly recall the details embedded in our minds involving the Homestead Strike. My point is, Mr. Wallace, is that all of your hard work has paid off tremendously, for you have allowed us as students to understand how our society came to be and how quickly or slowly that it can change. And that is something I know you must be proud of, for that is the objective of every history course ever. So not only do I speak on behalf of everyone that has had the opportunity to sit in your room and learn from the overhead projector and the color chalk, but on behalf of everybody who's ever had the opportunity to get to know you, when I say thank you and congratulations, can I have one final round of applause for the Gateway icon? Now, to conclude today, I am going to indulge in just one more metaphor, I promise. The diploma that we're receiving tonight is so much more than just a piece of paper with our names, signatures, and, proof that we actually did it. These diplomas are the tickets to the rest of our lives. And my only wish for the class of 2019 is that we use this ticket to board a space shuttle that will take us up to the stars we've been reaching for our entire lives. And may we never, ever look down. So thank you so much for your time, and class of 2019, now that our ride is officially over, we can unbuckle our seatbelts now, get out of our carts, and take the first step into the rest of our lives. Thank you. Thank you.
The salutatorian of the senior class of 2019 is Arpitha Udupa. Arpitha will graduate with a 4.35. Throughout her high school career, Arpita has maintained a rigorous class schedule, taking many of the most difficult courses here at Gateway High School, while simultaneously participating in a number of clubs, organizations, and community service activities. She has represented her class the past 2 years as class council treasurer and is president of the Gateway High School chapter of the National Honor Society. She has also volunteered her time at Forbes Hospital and the Monroeville Surgery Center, helping patients in rehabilitation recovery. Arpy plans on attending the University of Pittsburgh in the fall. It is my pleasure to introduce Arpita Adupa.
Good evening. My name is Arpita Udupa, but most of you know me as Arpy. I would like to begin by thanking every teacher, faculty member, parent, and guardian, and all members of the class of 2019. I also want to give a big congratulations to you all for being here today, graduating. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to start over. Good evening. My name is Arpita Udupa, but most of you who know me probably just know me as Arpy. I'm honored to be standing in front of you this evening as a salutatorian of the graduating class of 2019. And I would like to begin my speech this evening by offering a sincere and profound thank you to every teacher, counselor, administrator, school board member, parent and guardian, and above all, to you, my fellow members of the graduating class of 2019. Each of us here this evening has either helped someone to get to where he or she is today, or you have pushed yourself so that you can be standing here today, and in and of that self is surely a reason to celebrate. Additionally, I also want to offer a shout out to all of you on the field, basketball court, here this evening, especially those of you who were late to graduation practice. You made it on time today. Good work. Standing up here this evening and looking back over the past 4 years, it's honestly unbelievable that it was only a few years ago when we started here at Gateway High School. It's easy to recall such fond memories, such as getting lost in the confusing labyrinth of our hallways, complaining about schoolwork, stressing about drama within friend groups, and never seeming to quite have as much time as we needed, or at least wanted, for lunch. But in addition to these problems that we stumbled across during our time spent here, we also found ourselves experiencing new perspectives we have never experienced before, pushing ourselves further than we thought we could go, stepping out of our comfort zones, and taking chances, and finally living to see the day that Mr. Wallace can bring his car around, jump in, and ride off into the sunset towards retirement. At times on this journey, we were surely unsure of ourselves and appropriately apprehensive about what our futures held for us. And even though we were so innocent and inexperienced coming in as freshmen, each of us in our own ways got the hold of things throughout the years by relying on the things and people whom we know and trusted, by unapologetically taking chances on new faces and new ideas so that we could better understand where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. And after all the effort that we have put in for the last couple of years, it is my sincere hope that each of us can, at least for a few hours this evening, leave the stress of whatever the outside world has put on our proverbial doorsteps and allow ourselves to feel happy and accomplished on this very exciting day, because it was by no means easy for any of us who are standing here tonight, ready to move on to the next stage of our lives. And although the future is unpredictable, we can still, in some ways, control it if we choose to truly hear the voices that we have found, strengthened, and embraced over the first 18 years of our lives. For when we take a minute and look at the world we are inheriting, we will see that it is one that is surely flawed in many ways, one that is littered with conflicts involving everything from government to guns to global warming and just about everything in between. And as we take that next step forward today, we are the new generation that will inherit such a world, and we must think of it as an opportunity to make a difference, which is really what life is. A series of opportunities in which one can either choose to or not choose to get involved and speak up. Our high school experience has taught us that growing up is all about learning and experiencing and taking risks, whether they are good or bad. Each small choice we make impacts our days, weeks, and futures. For in the end, life is just a sum of small choices, and the world around us is full of opportunities. And it is also worth noting that life is not just simply experiencing things and learning, but more so valuing those experiences, reflecting on their impact, and later applying it in future decisions as well. It is not so much what we learned here, as much it is how we learned it and how we will transfer the process of learning to all of the new environments that we will soon come to call home, no matter how foreign or scary they may seem at first, just like it once was with Gateway High School. And on a smaller scale, no longer are our goals set for us and our decisions made for us. No longer will someone hover over our shoulders or bombard us with skylarks to make sure that we pass this class or turn in this assignment on time, which is great. But that also means that no longer will there be a friendly face in the hallways asking us if we won our game or meet, and no longer will there be the absolute comfort of hanging out with a certain group of friends whom you have known since you were competing for reading counts points or gearing up for the middle school project ACES. And with that in mind, for most of us, this is a bittersweet night because now we have to make our own decisions and choose our own goals and pick our own path in life. And there may be nothing in this world that is as exciting yet as terrifying as that. So as we go on to become more and more independent, we need to remind ourselves to be a little more excited and a little less scared as we continue to find ourselves and discover what we like and don't like, and what we want to do and what quality of people we want to be with while we do it. Gateway has given us everything that it could offer us so that we could confidently, as confidently as possible, stand here today, and now it is our turn to leave the swamp and know that there is a place for each of us outside of this school. So, graduates, I hope that you will reflect on the memories behind you, acknowledge the beauty around you, and embrace the opportunities before you. And a special thanks to Mr. Randolph, also known as our classroom dad, for helping me with this speech. Thank you.
The success of the class of 2019 is highlighted by 13 academically talented seniors who will graduate with distinguished honors. Each of these highly competitive students has achieved a 4-year cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher. We're very proud of these students and commend them for their hard work and dedication in the pursuit of academic excellence. Kaya Russell will have the honor this year of representing these students. Kaya, who's ranked number 1 in 2019 graduating class with a grade point average of 4.38. During her time at Gateway High School, Kaya not only excelled in the classroom, but she was also involved in extracurricular activities such as being a member of the Gateway tennis team and captain her senior year, as well as National Honor Society. Kaya's list of accomplishments during her high school career is extensive and as impressive as her academic record. Kaya has earned numerous honors and awards, such as the Foreign Language Competition, Gold Key for Poetry, Honorable Mention for Poetry, Women in Science Scholarship Award, World Language Leadership Excellence in French, and the Monica Horak Schucker's Scholastic Award for Nursing. Kaya's futures plans are to attend the University of Pittsburgh to major in nursing. Gateway High School is very proud of Kaya Russell and all of her accomplishments during her esteemed academic career. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2019.
Good evening. My name is Kaya Russell, and I'm honored to stand here as the valedictorian of the graduating class of 2019. You may also know me as Kia, Kyra, Ralph, whatever. We're all the same person. First of all, I would like to congratulate each and every one of us on our achievement today. I would also like to thank all of our teachers, counselors, family, and administrators for helping us along the way. Without your help, none of us would be able to achieve what we have today, so thank you. Today is a very important day for all of us. We're ending our time here in high school, and we're starting a transition to adult life. Whether you're moving away to college, going to a trade school, enrolling in the armed forces, or joining the workforce, our lives will never be the same after this moment. While considering this, I was stressing over what to say in this speech, and I saw this quote from American actor Will Rogers. He said that even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. I believe that right now we're all on the right track. I mean, we're about to graduate, so at least we did something right. What happens after this is up to each of us. We have to take everything we've learned here and figure out how to apply it to the real world. I'm sure it'll be hard sometimes, but Gateway High School has given us the tools that we need to succeed. No matter where we go from here, our school will always have an impact on us. High school is where we learn to be ourselves. Freshmen, as we know, are not real people, but through the classes we took and the experiences we had in high school, starting from that freshman year, we transformed from sweaty little animals into young adults who are ready to move on to the next chapter of our lives. This is where we spent our formative years, and I am proud to say that I had mine here. Although at times it was hard to make it through those 13 long years, we're finally finished, and we're being rewarded today with a piece of paper. Hear me out, though. This diploma represents a lot more than wood and ink. It represents everything we learned at Gateway High School. And I don't mean that we learned how to take the derivative of an equation or how to use the difference between effect or affect, which I still don't really know. I'm talking about real-life experiences that can help us, no matter where we go. We learned how to make friends and navigate relationships, how to work just hard enough to get by without burning ourselves out, although we've all been pretty close at times. We learned how to deal with stress and overcome it. We also learned how to speed write an essay in study hall and have it turned in by 2:27. I'm not too sure how that can help us in the real world, but hey, you never know. That little piece of paper, your diploma, is a ticket to life. And I'm not going to read you a quote from Oh, the Places You'll Go, but that ticket can get you to a lot of places. The people who are reading our job applications know about Gateway High School, and they might have gone here themselves. So we should be proud of ourselves today for graduating from Gateway. And always remember, no one beats a Gator.
It is my pleasure to introduce the President of the Gateway Board of School Directors, Mrs. Mary Beth Cerrucci.
Good evening to parents and family, teachers and administrators, my school board colleagues, and especially to you, the graduates. It is my distinct honor to address you today. It is also my privilege to introduce the school board members who are in attendance this evening. In alphabetical order, Mr. Jack Bova, Mr. Brian Gottman, Mr. George Lepsovich, Mr. John Ritter, and Mrs. Valerie Warning. It is my pleasure to work with these men and women because each of these directors gives of their time sacrificially. They have a calling to serve the children of this community, to provide the best educational experience possible that our children too might grow up with a sense of calling. I think of the school system as a human body. Each part of the body has a different role in its overall well-being. When the body is functioning properly, it is perhaps the best example of unity in the midst of diversity. That is true of our school district. There are teachers, administrators, police officers, paraprofessionals, custodians, maintenance workers, cafeteria workers, and yes, school board directors. And each play a vital role in the well-being of students. Custodians have kept the environment clean. Police have kept the environment safe. Teachers have nurtured an environment for thinking, and administrators keep the whole system running smoothly. School board directors work hard to establish the vision and direction of the district, to implement policy to guide the way, and to balance the budget in order to guard taxpayers' hard-earned dollars. But besides the education of your children, our board of directors has a desire to see the values and vision of Gateway reproduced in the lives of our graduates. In other words, our great desire is for our children to graduate and play a meaningful role in the community in which they will eventually settle. Perhaps some of these graduates will be teachers, principals, or school board directors here at Gateway. In fact, Gateway's mission statement says it well. Our mission is to promote academic excellence in a safe and caring environment, to enhance self-confidence through personal responsibility, and to develop lifelong learners who will be productive citizens in a diverse and changing world. So on behalf of the school board, let me wish you congratulations and every blessing on this wonderful day of your graduation. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce the following individuals who are seated on the speaker's platform. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. William Short. Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Dennis Chakey. Senior Class Counselor, Dr. Kurt Martin. Senior Class Advisor, Mrs. Contis. Junior Class Advisor, Mr. Phil Randolph. We are also very pleased to have members of the Gateway Central office staff and grade K through 8 building principals in attendance at our commencement exercises. Seated to my right are Director of Special Ed, Mrs. Heather Bungard, Business Manager, Mr. Paul Schott, Human Resource Director, Mrs. Patricia Crump, Supervisor of Special Education, Ms. Susan Asti. School Psychologist, Mrs. Monica Griffith. Director of Transportation, School Board Secretary, Mrs. Bonnie Isha. Principal of Dr. Cleveland Stewart Jr. Elementary School, Mr. Michael Jack. Principal of Evergreen Elementary School, Mr. Michael Mateo. Principal of University Park Elementary School, Mrs. Jennifer Hoffner. Principal of Mosside Middle School, Mr. Eric Knorr. Principal of Gateway Middle School, Mr. Rocco Telly. And Assistant Principals of Gateway High School, Dr. John Fournier, Mr. Mike Barlack. I would like to also thank and recognize all the elementary, junior high, and high school staff members in attendance here this evening. Also, we need to recognize the following individuals within the district that some way contributed to your educational journey from kindergarten through 12th grade and have made this evening's ceremony possible. The bus drivers, the custodians, maintenance personnel, paraprofessionals, food service workers, and administrative assistants all have played significant roles to support your education. Most importantly, we extend our thanks to the parents and guardians. Students, let's give a round of applause to your parents. We thank you for accepting our invitation to join us at this special event and for contributions in preparing the class of 2019 for their success at the high school and in the future. The earning of your high school diploma marks the completion of your formal public school education. It is the hope of the Board of School Directors and all the K-12 teachers and administrators that the education you received in the Gateway School District will provide the foundation upon which you may build a very successful and rewarding future. Today is a celebration of all that is good in Gateway High School and our community. Everyone here tonight participating in our celebration knows how special Gateway is. I have the privilege of witnessing this every single day. I also had the privilege of graduating from this school 23 years ago, and is one of the many reasons I am humbled to serve as principal here. To the members of class of 2019, I have some advice for you. Even though you are intelligent, you are still allowed to say, "I don't know." Just because you will be in high demand, you're allowed to say, "Let me get back to you." This will come in handy when your parents ask, "When are you moving out?" and you can say, "I don't know, let me get back to you." But seriously, seniors, the late Steve Jobs said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition." Class of 2019, the future is yours. From one Gator to another, congratulations. It is with great pleasure and pride that I present the class of 2019 to our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. William Short, as having successfully fulfilled all state and school district academic requirements for graduation from Gateway High School.
We're almost there, class. A few more minutes. I know you're anxious. Good evening to the proud parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends of the graduating class of 2019, the 61st class in Gateway School District's proud and storied history. These young men and women who make up this graduation class have all of you to thank for the countless hours of support and patience that helped stage this wonderful accomplishment tonight. No graduate sitting before us reaches this moment alone. Can I ask our graduates, not for a soft round of applause that I heard a few minutes ago, can I have you stand, find your parent, point to them, and acknowledge their help in getting you to this moment. Please stand, graduates. Thank you. You may have a seat. Very nice. To our nearly 300 graduates, congratulations on reaching this incredible milestone in your academic career. As a class, your 4 years of academic performance is second to none in terms of accomplishments in Gateway history. For 3 of the last 4 years, medals have been awarded to Gateway High School from U.S. News and World Report, declaring it one of the top high schools in the nation. In addition, this year's graduating class distinguished itself as a high-growth status high school, as determined by the Pennsylvania Department of Education, and most recently, a top 10 ACT composite score average for high schools in Western Pennsylvania. These achievements will be forever linked to the class of 2019, adding to the illustrious list that Gateway has been recognized for in the past. Can we have a round of applause? As I sat back this Memorial Day weekend and reflected upon the accomplishments of this class, what struck me was the passion, perseverance these students had day in and day out. Not just in their senior year, but daily, weekly, and monthly throughout the 4 years of high school. These students stayed motivated, something that author and University of Pennsylvania professor Angela Duckworth referred to as having grit. Of course, I would be remiss in not acknowledging our incredible teachers and their ability to form the motivational perspective to instill this mindset with engaging lessons and the understanding that they do not believe failure is an option for any child. Failure is part of the process in developing a student with grit. One who may not have the highest IQ, but is determined to outwork the problem and the opponent. That resilience is what I mean by having grit. Professor Angela Duckworth researched grit at West Point Military Academy. West Point admission relies heavily on the whole candidate score. These include SATs, class rank, demonstrated leadership ability, and physical aptitude. Even with a rigorous admissions process, 1 in 20 cadets drop out during the summer of training before their first academic year. Duckworth developed and assessed these cadets on a grit, determination, and resiliency questionnaire. Grit turned out to be a far better predictor than all other measures West Point used as a predictor for success. The whole candidate score, though relevant and meaningful in admissions, had no predictive relationship with whether they dropped out, pushed forward, or achieved. Think about that. Famous comedian and actor Woody Allen once said, 80% of success in life is just showing up. I believe Mr. Wallace said that one time. One can make a case that grit is definitely one thing that determines who shows up. And I think our parents and guardians would agree each one of you had grit and determination in getting your kids out of bed, sometimes on a daily basis to make it to school. Another example that displays this innate ability to display grit is the annual National Spelling Bee. When examining the attributes of the winner, it's not usually the brightest, it's not usually the highest IQ individual, but rather the hardest working and determined child that perseveres in the end. Famous UCLA basketball coach John Wooden summed it up best. There is no substitute for hard work. If you are looking for the easy way, if you are looking for a trick, you might be able to get by for a while. But you will not be developing the talents that lie within you. There is simply no substitute for hard work. Graduates, all of you today are on equal footing. Your diploma from Gateway School District is a gateway to the next verse in your life. You enter this phase determined to create your path and write your own story. Continue to challenge yourself to develop grit and do not settle for the status quo. Be the difference maker that you've become today with confirmation of your diploma. When you walk across this platform and shake my hand in a few more minutes, you will join, think about this, 26,000 Gateway graduates in knowing those famous words, no one beats a Gator. With that said, I will now turn the proceedings over to Mr. Stevens and his staff for the confirmation and issuing of diplomas. Thank you, and best wishes to all of our graduates.
Please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the Alma Mater.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join Zoe Abel and the senior class in the singing of the Gateway High School Alma Mater.
Fair gateway, our alma mater, we pledge thee our love so true. Forever we'll cherish fond memories and dreams of you. We'll ever uphold thee, praise and extol thee, true to thy colors be. Oh, hail, black and gold, in our hearts we will hold true reverence for thee, dear old Gateway High.
Please be seated.
At this time, we will begin the confirming of diplomas. Dr. Short will present the diplomas to the graduating seniors. He will be assisted by Senior Class Counselor Dr. Kurt Martin and Senior Class Advisor Mrs. Contis. Gateway High School Assistant Principal Dr. John Fournier will conduct the senior roll call with the assistance of the junior marshals.
Sarah Ann Marie Skalka. Manalhal Abbas. Zoe Anime Abel. Elijah Paul Adams. Salorm Kwesi Agbozi. Zainab Al Abusi. Nicholas James Alexander. Nora Alabidi. Caitlin Faith Amity. Brooke McKenna Andrews. Muhammad Ali Aslam. Alexis Lynn Babjak. Brenda Lee Backfish. Jamie Lynette Baker. Abdul Bassett. Jenna Elizabeth Beam. Connor James Beatty. Samantha Zayamara Ballet. Gino Dominic Balante. Amanda Nicole Burtis. Katrina Louisa Betters. Mariam Bibi. Kaylee Marie Beal. Kiana Divine Blakely White. Frank Herman Bull V. Ashley Marie Botti. Rihanna Lynn Tashay Bradley. Kareem Butler. Kayana Butler. Quincy Daniel Bryant. William John Burke, Jr. Davin Javon Burnham. Catherine Ann Burns. Mark Cajano. Troy Anthony Cajano. Stephanie Rain Kanzler. Amaya Elise Carlisle. Brenda Castellanos Flores. Macy Lynn Cesari. Livia Elizabeth Chase. Hajra Salima Chaudhry. Ace Kaufman. Joseph Dale Comanici. William Connolly. Marco Oswaldo Contestable. Matthew Ryan Conti. Ethan John Cook. Sarah Marie Corey. Hayden Alexis Craig. Anthony John Chesnikowski. Julia Marie D'Alacandro. Cameron James Davidson. Zachary Joe Davis. Gianna Marie DeLuca. Tabitha Ann Marie Dick. Jillian Odell Diggs. Michael William Dush. Jonathan Douglas Edgar. Jamal Bruce Edwards. Peyton Lynn Angleka. Michael Estock II. Jacob Ryan Evak. Hussein Ali Fake. Connor Joseph Farron. Lamont Deshaun Farish. Michaela May Fazio. Shane McKay Fair. John Robert Fisher. Samantha Nicole Fogel. Ethan Carl Frenchick. Kelsey Lynn Terry Frost. Alexandra Roberta Francis. Naomi Ruth Fry. Cadell Fu. Christian Joseph Fike. Elizabeth Amanda Louise Gailey. Sarah Margaret Gallagher. Andrea Helen Elizabeth Gatewood. Amanda George. Aja Ray Gilchrist. Bella Marie Junta. Jessica Lynn Gomez. Anthony Martin Gribben. Nicholas John Grill. Jenna Lynn Guido. Carly Elizabeth Hawes. Sierra Marie Hagerich. Matthew Edward Harris. Brianna Marie Hallman. Blake Edward Hanasak. Grace Rebecca Hansman. Sydney Mahalia Haradesti. Mario Elliott Hartman. Zala Gohar. Braxton Robert Harvey. Ava Wakefield Parker. Adam Hector. Jordan Nicole Henderson. Jamie Lee Herr. Carlina Jane Hill. Carmen Michael Hizzy. Jean-Marie Violet Icecrew. Courtney Allen Jackson. Dylan Lee Jackson. Michaela Jean Jackson. Liba Jamal. Tyler Sean Jesse. Gina J. Jessup. Jenna Jane Jessup. Logan Scott Jung. Lexi Callan Job. DJ Johnson. Sharon Rochelle Jones. Wendy Jones. Jeremiah Aaron Joseph. Nautica Lavon Tamaya Kane. Aija Amin Kasodia. Ramja Assad Khan. Mark Coden. Haley Lauren Kopp. Alina Rose Kozazemski. Magnolia May Krim. Presenting the diploma is board member Val Warning for Mary Sophie Kromka. Nia Simone Latham. Sebastian Dylan Lawver. Daniel John Lightoff. Julia Grace Leone. Cindy Liang. Elijah Anthony Lincoln. Dino Alberto Lotito. Kiefer Andrew Long. Marissa Francis Maciejewski. Saria Madavan. Nunzia Stella Maulari. Presenting the diploma for Brendan Thomas Majaka is board member and Uncle John Ritter. Hassan Ali Malik. Victoria Rose Malinowski. Medina Malloy. Kylie Noel Mamrose. Gagon Deep Makar. Anthony Dean Manzo. Elijah Jackson Ray. Ryan Michael Margolis. Alexa Evelyn Mason. Sean Patrick McVicker Nielsen. Sky Matthews. Vincent Michael Merlino. James Allen McPherson. Angelina Marie Mitchell. Jacob Thomas Megahan. Carlos Daniel Morales Catalan. Nikolai Demetrius Morales. Shannon Nicole Morrow. Oliver Randall Montgomery III. Andre Ulysses Murray. Hira Yasmin Mukhtar. Ibrahim Ramzi Mustafa. Jonah Monroe Obar. Gene Michael Murphy Jr. Halen Olivia Orovitz. Jocelyn Nicole Musgrove. Emmy Craig Otterman. Justin Martin Obar. Ian Xavier Ottenberg. Carly Ray Pakowski. Sean Christopher Powell. Egypt Monique Pearson Coleman. Javakir Rakhmutalov. Mika Petrosky. Hannah Noel Reimers. Adriaska Irham Prabati. Jaden McHale Richards. Amanda Elizabeth Pugliano. Hunter Reed Robbins. Jason Michael Reber. Dominic Andrew Rocco. Michael Joseph Reynolds. Ashley Celeste Rossetti. Nathan Thomas Ridge. Kaya Amor Russell. Carly Elise Robinson. Ryan Joseph Safer. Nathaniel Joseph Roper. Nevin Daniel Matthews. Kevin Craig Rowland. Shaeza Nicole McClinton. Alon Anthony Rutledge. Travis Schaffner. Damanpreet Singh. Savannah Scott. Ashley Jane Skoog. Nazia Shaw. Miley Page Smith. Mia Lynn Shaw. Devin Nicholas Soshi. Devon Silver. Tyler J. Stevens.
Where's the card? Do you have a middle name? What is it?
Jaquay Tamir Skinner. Lucas Marshall Stotler. Shaylee Rose Skoog. Mohammed Zawahal. Tashia Lachey Smith. Levi Eric Taylor Jr. Zakia Steve Onyendo. Emma Ruth Passarelli Roberts. Maya Michelle Stakunis. Benjamin Allen Petkozik. Bryce Aiden Sukal. Nathan Herc Haggerty. Allison Marie Swaney. Megan Riley Then. Timothy Andrew Valentich. Delvin Eugene Thomas. Maya Lynn Visk. Kayla Lynn Thomas. Amir Zel Wahid. Tamaya Nicole Thomas. Dexter Joseph Tominello. Caitlin Marie Wuros. Mohammed Umar. Bryce Tyler Washington. Elijah Lee Sean Utterbeck. Jasmine Kathleen Schulte. Austin Richard Seacrest. Clara Louise Genevieve Schenkel. And Witha M. Sherigar. Presenting the diploma for Angelina Vecchio is board member Val Warning. Alisa Wade. Robbie Delilah Walker. Robert Darren Walker Jr. Joel James Warchel. Aaron Matthew Washington. Aubrey Joy Watson. Tiara Michelle Wilson. Dane Nelson Weiskircher. Philip Norman Wise. Jasmine Nicole Williams. Olivia Wood. Emma Elizabeth Winky. Emily Ye. Russell Anthony Wisniewski. Nathaniel Sean Michael Zabrowski. Anthony Marquez Thomas. Brandon Nolan Yagatich. Jarrell Tavon Thomas. Mia Joy Thomas. Maya Nicole Talarico. Arpitha Mega Adupa. Zamar Jamel Ushery. Brent Michael Watts. Emma Elizabeth Wielden. Ryan Andrew Young. Adam James Zufall.
Class of 2019, please direct your attention to Mr. Stalkunis.
Graduating class, please stand. Please turn your tassels to the left.
Would the parents of the graduates please stand for a very well-deserved round of applause? Ladies and gentlemen, the graduated class of 2019, it is my pleasure to say the two most important words of the evening. Class dismissed.